Jesse Martin with the fake, and now he's going to run to his left and find some running room out over the left side, and he's up close to the first down, and they're going to give him a first down.
We'll see where the spot is.
So a nice run by Jesse Martin.
And
Jesse, as you said, number 2 rusher in the section with 29 yards in that first half out of the quarterback spot. Only one touchdown for the Spartans in the first half as the Cedars with a 21-9 third quarter lead. We're just starting the second half, 1 minute in. Handoff straight up the middle to John Dykey, and Jaden Ditzler is right there to say hello.
No gain on the play.
And he hits him for a loss on the play of about 3 yards.
About 2.
Make it 2. Well, the Spartans are going to face a 2nd down and 12. Cedars defense getting tougher as the game is going on. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left for Jesse Martin. Pass out in the wing. John Dykey grabs it this time and heads toward the sideline. He barrels ahead and pushes close to a first down, but I believe he might be a little short.
Stayed in bounds, 45-yard line.
And he gives him a first down.
And it is enough for a garden spot first down.
On the move here, twice moving the chains. Will go 1st and 10 from the Cedar 45. 10 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Let's go, D!
Spartans started this drive down inside their own 30. Martin taking a snap from center for the first time, and he goes straight ahead. Off the left side, picks up a few.
Straight up the middle, gain of about
maybe 4. So that's the first time we've seen any quarterback take a snap from center all night, from a direct snap, I should say. And almost quarterback sneak-like. Martin shoots off to his left and picks up about 4 yards. Now back to the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 left for garden spot. John Dykey right behind Jesse Martin. Man in motion. He's going to pass, though, right through the hands of number 17, Zachariah Nagel. He could not hold on to that one.
Third down.
He was open and probably would have been able to take had one guy to get through first down at least. But it falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 6 for garden spot. 3 receivers come to the right this time. Jesse Martin has 1 guy out on the left, sends him in motion to the right, and fakes the handoff. Martin up the middle, but the flag is down. He's ahead enough for the first down as he's inside the Cedar 30, but there's a flag down. And as I said, when you get a flag that is what they call simultaneous with a snap, it's not a whistle. It goes up in the air as soon as the ball's snapped. That's quite often against the offense, either a motion or an illegal shift or an illegal formation. Now we'll see what we got here. No signal yet. We'll see what we get for a signal, but they are marching it back 5 yards. And they're against garden spot. So basically 5 guys in the backfield. Somebody that was supposed to be on the line was ruled not on the line. So the Spartans now will be looking at a 3rd down and about 12. Same formation, similar to the last time, not the same. As way wide to the left goes Tim Allen. 3 guys to the right. And there's Martin. Nasir Enoch almost had him in the backfield, but Martin runs free. And now is up and gains enough for a first down close to the 30-yard line. Call it the 31. A nice play by Jesse Martin, who recognized that after the pressure being put on, he had a wide open area to the left side, took off to the left, and managed to pick up about 16 yards on the play, enough for a Spartan first down. And in Cedar territory at the 31. 2 receivers come to the bottom of the screen. The bottom of Zachariah Nagel over here on the right. But he looks to the left. Got a man down the middle.
Across the middle.
And that looks like John Dykey.
Dykey on the reception.
And Dykey makes the catch.
Spartan
And he's
first down.
and takes it down to the Cedar 20-yard line. Another first down for Garden Spot. As the Spartans are really moving the football now. Cedar defense needs to step up here and see if they can get a stop. Because at this point, here in the first drive of the second half with 8 minutes left in the quarter, the Spartans are really moving the ball. Two receivers come to the right, one to the left, straight up the middle. That's Dykey. Fake though by Martin. Jesse Martin takes to the outside, breaks one tackle. Can't break the second, but he's up close to a first down.
Harbaugh finally on the stop.
They're going to have him a little bit short.
Second down and short for the Spartans.
So second down, looks like a yard at the most. As Garden Spot has gotten that machine running now. Dykey once again in the backfield next to Martin. Man in motion. With a
high
fake
snap.
up the middle now, Martin, but this time he runs into a host of Cedars, and I'm not sure he got back.
See where the spot is.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, but he definitely did not get back to the get the first down. Looks like he might have lost a bit.
Actually, a loss on the play.
In fact, he might have lost a yard.
Third
So
down.
we're going to now see third down and 2. Spartans with spreading the field quite a bit, but it's either Martin or Dykey that usually is instrumental in the play. Tim Allen goes to the top. At the bottom is Zechariah Nagel. Dykey there in the backfield. Martin goes under center and goes straight ahead. And there's a pile, and this is going to be close. We'll see where they mark it. Judging by what I'm seeing right now, I'm looking at him being short.
It does not appear he got the first down. Brings up fourth and
So
very
he picked
short.
up about a yard and a half. He needed 2. And that means the Spartans will face a fourth down, and we'll see what they decide to do here. And they go straight ahead. Jesse Martin's had some luck with that tonight. And they set up in the shotgun. Dykey back there with Martin. Receivers top and bottom. Handoff, fake to Dykey. Martin's going to throw. He can't find anybody. The Cedars got him.
Oh, and a big stop for the
Big
Cedars.
play by number 33,
will
Skylar
take
Sadison. As they opted not to go straight ahead for that half a yard. Made the fake, looked for the open man, but he wasn't open. And Skylar Sadison cleans things up and hits Jesse Martin for about a 7-yard loss, but more importantly, turns the ball over to the Cedars and stops what looked like it might be a very productive Garden Spot drive. Isaiah Rodriguez steps back in at quarterback. Matt Brown behind him. Caden Harbaugh in the slot. Check out, he comes out to the wide spot. 2 guys in the slot, 1 to the top. Straight up the middle, Matt Brown, and he's hit
Matt Brown
hard.
gets a call up the middle. Short gain, second down.
Not sure if he gained anything on that one, as he went straight ahead, but there was nothing there. Let's say no gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Cedars. So the Cedars, again, as usual, no huddle. Alex Roof goes to the top. Julian Coleman. Nasir Enoch and Camden Harbaugh at the bottom. Handoff though goes to Matt Brown. He swings around the right side.
In about 3.
Near the side, near the Garden Spot sideline. And falls ahead. Looks like a gain of about 3-ish on the play. Maybe we can optimistically say 4. Call third down and 6. Cedars once again, same guys. Enoch, Coleman, and Harbaugh here to the left. Alex Roof by himself at the top on the right. Matt Brown back there with Isaiah Rodriguez. Isaiah to throw again.
Rodriguez
Goes to his left, but he's brought down. Isaiah falls prey
Back
to
on
the
the
Garden
10-yard
spot
line.
rush.
Fourth down.
That time it was number 55, Bryce Mercer, from his linebacker spot. And the Cedars go 3 and out. Matt Carvajal, who handles all the kicking duties, punting, kicking, you name it. He'll be back there to punt the ball for the Cedars. And Joel Martin hanging around the Cedars 45-yard line. Will wait for the punt, and we have whistles, and I guess a timeout's coming.
A timeout,
as the Cedars take a
Lebanon,
timeout.
3:43 left in the
With
third
3:43
quarter.
left here in the third quarter, the Cedars with a 21-9 lead. And they're looking to punt the ball away.
Lebanon is away next week at Lancaster Catholic.
Carvajal will be setting up right around his own goal
Our
line
next
to
home
punt
game
this
will be
thing.
against Donegal
So,
on October 23rd, and that is
Garden Spot,
also
who had a long
senior
drive just
night.
stopped. We'll be looking at probably pretty good field position here when all is said and done. Oh, we've been having some technical problems here tonight, so trying to give you as much description as I can because I never know when you can actually see it. I understand you can hear me for the most part, but I don't know if you're actually seeing what's happening. So if the video is there and you don't really need me to say things, you're wondering why I'm describing things a little so completely sometimes, and maybe I'm not. I don't know, but we're trying to do the best we can here. So, Carvajal to punt. Ball's ready to go. Joel Martin stands on the Cedar 45. That punts it away, way high in the air.
Short punt.
And the ball bounces away and is picked up by number 84, Luke Nagel, as nobody was going to go after that ball. Whether it hit anybody or not, I don't know. It may or may not have. But either way, Garden Spot picked up the football, so they're going to take over. And
So
that ball was not a
over.
favorable
First
bounce for
and
the
10
Cedars. A nice
30,
punt, a great hang
33-yard
time.
line
As the
after
Cedars
the
did
punt.
well, and there was a crowd around that ball when it finally came down. But Garden Spot's going to take over on the Cedar 33-yard line. This is the way they started the game, with a short field. Let's hope the Cedars can do things differently, because the last time they had one, they scored. Jesse Martin
Dikey
with the
gets
handoff
call
up the
again
middle
for
to John
Garden Spot up the
Dikey.
middle, short gain.
Dikey for a couple. In this game, relatively turnover-free to this point, as Dikey moves ahead of just a yard to the 32. There was only one fumble in the first half, one lost, and only one fumble. As the Cedars turned it over around midfield, that turnover would lead to a Walker Martin field goal for the Spartans. Okay, Jesse Martin in the shotgun, rolls to his left, looking, and he throws for Derek.
And the pass is
For Derek Lambert, and pass is ruled incomplete. And so it'll bring up a third down
and 9
for the Spartans. That pass would have been complete for probably about 4 or 5 yards. But it apparently skipped off the ground before Lambert brought it in. And here come the Spartans now, with tight end right, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the top, and John Dikey in the backfield with Jesse Martin. Martin to throw, and he fires it.
Pass
and
across the
fires it
middle.
incomplete. As Eric Ortolaza on the coverage for the Cedars, and it brings up a 4th down. 4th down and 9. And we'll see what the Spartans decide to do. They did go for I don't know if it was a 4th and 9 or a 3rd and 9 in the first half, and completed probably a 16-yard pass to get the first down. And whatever it is, the Spartans are going to have to think a little bit more about it, as they're going to talk this over. They face this 4th and 9. They're in a position here where they're well into Cedar territory at the 32-yard line. So if they, going forward here isn't a huge gamble. So especially trailing by 12 points, even though we've got 2:45 left in the third quarter, you'd think that the Spartans were definitely aren't going to do anything other than try to pick up this first down. for the Cedars. This is the big play coming here. They can take over and move the ball, which they didn't their first possession of this quarter. That can be a difference. A nice drive for the Cedars with this lead would be the perfect situation. As I said, it's 21-9, 2:45 less than the third quarter. We certainly hope you can see what's going on out there. If not, I'll try to describe it as best I can. And who knows, I may be talking to myself. I'm not sure. Cedar defensive line, it's in there right now.
Down here.
After the timeout.
Josiah Wright, Jair
4th and 9,
Montgomery,
guard
and
spot
Nate Hollinger.
on the
Those are the three
32-yard
linemen
line.
in there for the Cedars on the defensive side of the ball as Jesse Martin brings the Spartans to the line, facing a 4th down and 9. 3 receivers to the bottom to his right, 1 up at the top on his left. Martin to pass. It's a screen.
Pass
And a nice block there by number 70.
around the left
That just
side.
made the play. And Dykey down the sideline for a
Down the
touchdown.
sideline. And it appears to be a touchdown
And
for
there
a
is
garden
no-
spot on a
Nothing
4th and
calling
9
that
play.
one back. One heck of a block by Luke Shirk. As it looked like the Cedars number 11, Rafael Quinones, had a beat on Dykey in the backfield, and Luke Shirk with a great block took out Quinones and freed Dykey all the way down the sideline for the touchdown. And in one fell swoop, the Spartans are within 6.
Walker Martin to attempt the extra
And
point.
Walker Martin's going to try to make it 5. Snap comes, good snap, good kick.
And it is up.
And
And it is good.
with 2:34 left in the third quarter, it is 11 High School, 21,
Garden spot,
and
16.
Garden spot 16. This is a good football game, folks, but it's going to take a good drive here by the Cedars.
Took Adam out, or he wouldn't have got touched this.
Their first possession of the third quarter, unable to move the football, 3 and out, had to give it right back, and gave great field position to the Spartans. They used that short field, had them 4th and 9, but an excellent block by Luke Shirk made the play for the Spartans and broke John Dykey down the sideline for a garden spot touchdown, and suddenly the 12-point lead shrinks to 5. Walker Martin, as we mentioned, premier kicker in the Lancaster Lebanon League. One of many actually in the league this year. It is kicked. He has a field goal in this ball game, and the Spartans are moving left to right here from our vantage point, kicking towards Church Street. If you're familiar with Lebanon High School Stadium, and the last
Walker
2
Martin
kickoffs he had in that direction
Spartan.
went into the end zone. So we'll see what he comes up with here. Again, as always, Brown and Alex Ruth. Matt Brown, Alex Ruth deep for the Cedars. Kick is away. And it's
deep kick.
but Ruth's going to get a shot. No, it's crosses the
Into
goal
the
line.
end zone, brings the Cedars out the
And high school
20-yard
football,
line where it'll be
that's
1st and 10.
Because once it crosses the goal line, even if you catch the ball, you can't run it out in high school. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cedars will take over here with just a little over 2 minutes left here in this third quarter, and nursing a 5-point lead. Isaiah Rodriguez sets him up. Cedars are relatively tight this time. Alex Ruth, Caden Harbaugh at the top. Michael Johnson, Skylar Sadison at the bottom, and the give goes to Matt Brown. He's got a lot of room. Matt's at the 40, and nobody's going to get him. He's at the 30, and it looks like Joe Martin, the fastest guy they got, and he can't get him. Touchdown, Cedars!
By Matt Brown.
Oh, my! 80-yard touchdown for Matt Brown. Heavens. I sure hope you saw that. Matt came out, turned that corner, and I thought Matt's about the fastest guy we got on this team. And he took off, and I didn't think anybody was going to get him. And suddenly I realized Joel Martin's behind him. He's the return guy for garden spot, so he's no slouch either when it comes to speed, but he could not catch Matt. and back to the end zone, an 80-yard touchdown. If the Cedars don't make it big, they don't do it at all, it seems, tonight. But just like that 5-point lead jumps to 11. Matt Carvajal wants to make it 12.
Matt Carvajal hoping to add one more point to that nice run by Matt Brown.
No shortage of big plays for the Cedars tonight. Carvajal again, strong and true. And the Cedars are back up by 12. With 2:22. Wow. In only 12 seconds, the Cedars went from
16.
From up 12, down 5, to back up. By 12. 28-16. Cedars on top. Well, we wanted this to be an exciting game. You always want the games to be good, and this one is not disappointing thus far. As Lebanon does basically abandon the grinded out situation and just explodes for big plays. 4 touchdowns. The shortest one was 47 yards. That's fun to watch, folks. 2:22. What we got left. You know, I'm trying to find some scores, but I don't know. I'm not getting much cooperation here from live update-wise. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. I got some scores here from Section 1. Manheim Township 14, Penn Manor 6. That's in the 4th quarter. Penn Manor hanging in tough there with Manheim Township. Hempfield at halftime over Cedar Crest, 26-0. Hempfield seems to be improving as every week goes by. Wilson, 41-0 over McCaskey in Section 1. Section 2, Orwick, 43, E-Town, 2 in the 3rd quarter. Manheim Central trailing Solanco, 35-21. This is not going to be Central's year by any stretch of the imagination. Cocalico, after that close loss last week to Solanco, is putting a beat down on Conestoga Valley, 33-7. We'll get to the Section 3 scores after this. Matt Carvajal to kick. Martin and Wing are deep, and it's Martin. It wasn't Martin. Yes, it was. Yes. No, he wasn't back there this time. That was Trevor Sensenig on the return.
Trevor Sensenig on the return for Garden Spot. 1st and 10, 34.
And he brings it all
line
to and that is where Garden Spot will start this set of downs. Jesse Martin. The further behind you get, the later it gets, the more you have to throw. And Martin has shown the ability, though. Martin with a handoff. This time it goes to Tim Allen. Tim Allen to his left, and he's met by several Cedars.
Carry for no gain, back to loss.
Led by our number 11, Rafael Quinones, and brings him down for a loss as he took that sweep to the left side toward the Garden Spot sideline, and Rafael came up and put the hit on Tim Allen for a loss of about a yard or more on the play. So call it 2nd down and 11. Martin, 3 receivers go to the right, 1 out to the left. John Dykey back there in the backfield with him. The give is to Dykey, up the middle, off the left side. He has a little bit of room, breaks to the outside before he's run out of bounds. Brought down out of bounds, I should say, just shy of, well, they're going to mark it, let's say, at the 38-yard line, and it's going to leave the Spartans, with about 6 yards, but there's a penalty marker there. A hold.
Holding against Garden Spot.
Against the Spartan. And that is going to be a painful one. That marker was down around the 32-yard line, so they're going to take that back to the 22. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 22 yards for Garden Spot. So this time, Joel Martin, Derek Lambert come to the right for Garden Spot. John Dykey goes in motion. Martin fakes and then heads left himself. And he isn't going to get much because he's wrapped up in there
Has
And
a
that
loss
looked like
on the
J.B.
play, brings
Ditzler.
up third down.
3 games I won.
And I think that's exactly who that was that put the hit on Jesse Martin. Correction, that was Sincere Gonzalez that made the tackle. And that was for no gain. So still third down now and about 22. Martin takes the snap, starts to his right. He's not getting a lot of time as Sincere Gonzalez is in the face again, but he gets it away to Derek Lambert on the right side. And Lambert gets up over the 30-yard line.
Reception.
Gain on the play of about 12.
Fourth down and about 12 for the
So it's
Spartans.
going to leave them with fourth down and about 12. And we'll see what happens here as the Spartans are going to punt the ball away. 4th and 12. Alex Roof back inside the Cedars 35. Jesse Martin to punt. And it goes off the side of his foot. And certainly
And the
shorter.
punt goes out of bounds about the 43-yard line.
At around the
4
43
seconds left in the third quarter.
yard line, and actually I think they're going to mark it more around the 45-yard line. So punt of only about 20 yards for the Spartans, and that's going to give the Cedars the football only 5 yards outside of Spartan territory at their own 45. Booth, Harbaugh to the top. Enoch. And I can't tell who the other guy is here close to us. And Isaiah Rodriguez to throw. Underthrows it a little bit. And Harbaugh tries to come back but can't connect.
That is the end of the third quarter.
And that's the final play of the third quarter
Burn spot,
with the
16.
Cedars 28 and the Spartans 16. Quite a third quarter. Once again, the Cedars, who had a 12-point halftime lead, let that lead evaporate to 5 points with a short field for the Spartans. It's a battle, not unlike this one. In the fourth quarter, Elko leads Octorara 22-19. So a lot of action, full slate of action in the Lancaster Lebanon League tonight. And we'll see.
Start the
The
fourth
Cedars here
quarter,
starting the
second and
fourth
10
quarter.
for
Will
the
take the ball, as you
Cedars.
said, on their 45-yard line. And look to try to add to that 12-point lead.
I didn't say anything about that.
Isaiah to throw
Rodriguez
down the left
tosses one
side. He's
down
got
the
a
left
man.
side,
And
and it
that's
is
Matt
incomplete.
Brown, but a nice defensive play.
Third down and 10.
It is very difficult to see the numbers of these players from the front. That looks like Cameron Wing that made that nice defensive play to knock that ball free and out of the hands of Matt Brown. So the Cedars facing now a third down and 10. Okay. So the Cedars 3 receivers to the right. It's like Alex Roof is among them. Now he's at the top of the screen. And Rodriguez to throw. He's in trouble. He breaks away. He's got some room. He might have to get rid of this. He can find somebody to get rid of it too. He does fire it. There's nobody, no real chance to catch that. And a flag, as it looks like we're going to have ineligible downfield. Cedars are all asking, the Cedar coaching staff seems to be asking, saying there was nobody downfield when he threw the ball. Well, here's the deal. You can't go downfield and go back. Once you've gone down as a lineman, it doesn't matter anymore. If you're not, and they throw a pass that crosses the line, you're going to have
No flag on the play, brings
you're
up
going to have
fourth and
ineligible
10 for the
downfield. But
Cedars.
apparently that wasn't the case because they've waved this off. Don't know the reason why. Could have been that they mistook an eligible number for an ineligible number. So the pass is going to go down as an incomplete pass. And when it's all said and done, the Cedars have a fourth down and 10. So, Matt Carvajal The Cedars with a snap from the 45. He's standing around the 30. To punt. And the punt's blocked.
Punt is blocked.
And it fallen on, but now the Spartans with an excellent special teams play. Hard to tell who that was. There were three guys there. Number 24, Gavin Miller. Number 55, Bryce Mercer. And number 9, Cameron Wings. Somebody got on that and blocked that punt.
So that
and it's put set Garden Spot up with a 1st and 10 on the Cedars 31-yard line. And that's the kind of mistake that can come back and bite you in a big way.
Territory.
So Jesse Martin sets him up once again, sends 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. John Dykey joins him in the backfield. Fake hand off to Dykey up the middle, and he's got room to run. He's inside, he gets the 10, he's in for a touchdown. And I don't see a flag, so just like that, Lampeter taking a page out of the Cedars books. Their last 2 touchdowns have come on big plays, both on the ground and both by John Dykey, as 31 yards to pay dirt. And just like that,
Walker Martin for the extra point.
Walker Martin will be looking to put him within 5 once again, with 11:28 to go in the 4th quarter. And the kick is up, and
that
it's
extra
good.
point is good. 11:28 left in the game. Garden Spot back in
for the Cedars, 23 for the Spartans. And we have quite a football game here. It's not comfortable. This is not a comfortable situation. As the Cedars, while they have been able to move the football with a big play here and a big play there, they have not been able to consistently drive the ball and eat up any clock time. And when Lampeter has had been a little bit more consistent moving the ball. And at this point, the Cedars are looking for a drive. That would be the good thing, a drive, especially one that would end with some points. Not that I would be totally against another 60-yard touchdown, but a drive would certainly be nice. Walker Martin will kick. Here in the 4th quarter, the Spartans have their back to the trees, their back to Church Street. They're kicking towards the railroad tracks. Sounds like a Sandlot game. Matt Brown, Alex Roof will be at the receiving for the Cedars. Interesting setup on their kickoff by the Spartans, as they have 4 guys like stacked up. Yeah, everybody has to be within 5 yards of the ball though, except the kicker. And Walker. Not quite as deep this time, and it's picked up on the 15 by Matt Brown. Matt goes to his left. He turns the corner, and he's got some room. 1 man to beat. Cuts to the inside, and he's not going to break it, but he gets all the way into Spartan territory at the 36-yard line. One heck of a return by Matt Brown, and that's a great start to things. Matt took that, headed towards the middle, cut to his left, and the contain apparently had squeezed in. He got to the outside, was heading down the sideline. 1 man to beat. That guy didn't bring him down, but he slowed him up enough for the rest of the Spartans to catch up. But not until
10, 36 for the
all the way to the 36-yard line of the Spartans. Rodriguez in position, and we have a jump by the Spartan defense. Left side of the Spartan defense trying to anticipate the count.
1st and 5.
And the Cedars are going to get 5 yards the freeway here. And we'll be facing now a 1st and 5. We've got Alex Roof, Caden Harbaugh here at the bottom, Skylar Sadison, and Mike Johnson at the top. Matt Brown in the backfield. There's the snap to Isaiah. He's going deep
to the left side.
And that was for Michael Johnson, but he overthrew him.
2nd down
Johnson
and 5.
and Sadison both running straight down the field about 5 yards apart, side by side. That was heading in Johnson's direction, but he just couldn't catch up to it as it was just a tad too long. Johnson, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, caught a 50-yarder against Lampeter Strasburg in much that same way, streaking down that left sideline. So the Cedars now 2nd down and 5. Same guys go stretch it out. Johnson, Sadison left, Roof and Harbaugh right. Matt Brown back there with Isaiah Rodriguez, who's going to throw again. This is a screen, and he overthrows Matt Brown, and probably wouldn't have mattered because Cameron Wing was right there in Brown's face as that ball sailed over his head. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. 11:06 left here in quarter number 3. One thing about when you're throwing that football, every time it hits the ground, that clock stops. So if you want to try to generate a time-eating drive, that's not often the way to do it. Handoff goes to Matt Brown. It comes to the right. He tries to turn it up, but he's brought down in there. And once again, Cameron Wing makes a nice open field tackle after Brown picks up only a yard. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 4. So the Cedars now, this is not a punt situation, that's for sure. Matt Carbajal does not have a leg that's going to kick the ball 47 yards for a field goal. So the Cedars are going to have to go for this one. They lead 28-23. 3 receivers come to the right as Brown joins Roof and Harbaugh. Isaiah to throw, fires it incomplete, intended for Skylar Sadison. And it was a nice defensive play. Once again, it was Cameron Wing making the play.
31-yard line.
And the Cedars will turn the ball over on downs.
Go defense!
It's never easy. Spartans will set up on the Cedars 30-yard line, 70 yards between them, and a possible lead in this game. Now's when the Cedar defense is going to have to stand tall. Martin looking left, semi-screen, and a tackle made by Eric Ortolaza. That was Lane King
on the reception. Gain of about 3, 2nd down.
Only picked up about 3 yards before Eric brings him down.
That guy. Oh.
It was 2nd down and 7.
Oh, I was seeing that guy.
Across the front now for the Cedars. Jaden Ditzler, number 75. Josiah Wright, number 55. And Sincere Gonzalez, number 52. That's the defensive line, trying to put the heat on Jesse Martin. Martin firing out to his right side. And again, he hits Derek Lambert this time. Lambert breaks a tackle or 2 and gets ahead, close to a 1st down, but I think a little bit short, maybe about a yard. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for Garden Spot. Basically, in the old school days, they would have called that a stand-up pass, where Lambert takes a step up, step back. Martin fires it out to him, and Lambert tries to get what he can, and that time he got about 5 yards. 3rd down and 1. Martin straight ahead to Dykey. And he barrels through.
Gets the 1st down,
the Cedars,
a little bit more up to the 45-yard line.
Close to the 45-yard line, and a 1st down. John Dykey, he's a big kid, 6'2", 245. That's a load, folks, from that running back position. Cedars have contained him pretty well in the first half, but in the second half, he has exploded for 2 touchdowns. Now Martin has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and Dykey with him in the backfield. Again, it's Dykey to the right side.
Gets it again.
And he's tripped up in there.
Gain of about 5, 2nd down.
Falls ahead for about 3 yards, looks like. I think it's 2nd down and 7 for Garden Spot. Garden Spot has shown signs of consistently moving the ball here, especially in this second half. Jesse Martin, the quarterback. 3 guys left. Now Dykey goes in motion. He fakes it left and now runs himself. Straight up the middle.
Jesse
And he's
Martin
brought
straight up
down
the middle again
after
for
a
the
gain of
Spartans.
looks like about 5.
Short of the first
Bring up
down.
third down and about 2. 7:50 with time running here in the fourth quarter, and the Cedars holding on to a 5-point lead, but the Spartans have just crossed into Cedar territory, and will go third down and 2 from the Cedars 48. Martin again with Dykey right behind him. Snap, almost a bad snap, and he hands off to Dykey, and Dykey is wrapped up immediately.
In fact, a loss on the play.
Cedars
Brings up fourth down.
Gio Ruffin Montgomery, the first guy to make the hit, and then a whole group piles on. So that bad snap kind of threw off the timing in the backfield, and John Dykey's a little slow getting up after that hit. So there was a loss on the play of about 2 yards, and that'll leave the Spartans facing a fourth down and 4. Now, it appears they're bringing the punting team onto the field. But remember, Jesse Martin, the quarterback, is the punter. So you always have to be careful when you got a weapon like that. We do have 6 minutes and 48 seconds now as whistles go. And timeout is called by Garden Spot. Things are not... Cedars looking like they might have a stop here, but that remains to be seen. We'll see what Coach Matt Zamperini decides he's going to do. He's set up in punt formation, and whether he had a fake in mind or not, or whether he's decided now just to run straight from the a set offense, we will soon find out. But this is a critical play in this ball game, folks. The Cedars get the ball. What they're really looking to do, as I mentioned before, is put a drive together. That they have not really done all night. They've got 4 touchdowns in this game, but if you've been paying attention, if you've been listening and dealing with our technical issues, you'll know that every one of these plays has come on a big play. Like I said, the shortest touchdown the Cedars have tonight is 47 yards. The longest is 80, and a couple in the 60s. So if it's either big or it didn't happen for the Cedars. Martin setting up to punt. We'll see what happens. Here comes the snap. And he punts it away. Alex Roof says, get out of the way. Just let it go. And this is going to roll all the way down to the Cedars' 10-yard line. And so the Cedars are going to have a lot. So Coach Matt Zamperini decides to play the field position game here and hope that his defense can hold the Cedars. And like I said, it's been
10-yard line where the
feast or
Cedars
famine
take
for
over.
Lebanon. You know, they have not been able to just control the football. And perhaps that's what Coach Zamperini is counting on, that his defense can prevent the Cedars from getting that big play that has brought us to this point. Cedars much tighter than normal. Rodriguez, the quarterback, pitches it out to Roof. That's Matt Brown, excuse me, tries to turn the corner around the right side. And he runs out of bounds. And we got a flag on the play. Flag came from the linesman. I don't know what he's got. Let's take a look here. Again, it was one of those simultaneous with the snap, which you often find is on the offense. And the Cedars are called for an illegal formation. That's something that has been plaguing the Spartans.
Penalty
that's the first time the Cedars have had a call on them. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to push the Cedars back to their own 5-yard line. Not a good spot to be in here, folks. Cedars have it first down and now 15.
No, right up the middle. Right up the middle.
The give goes to Matt Brown. He goes up the middle, and he is dropped immediately.
No gain.
He's hit for a loss on the play. Looks like a loss of about 2. And the Cedars are going to be staring at a second down and 17. That was a Garden Spot lineman went through there untouched, and basically Matt didn't have a chance.
Second down.
Isaiah Rodriguez
15.
at the quarterback spot. He fakes. He throws to the left, and that's Alex Roof. Alex breaks free, dives
Pass
ahead.
is complete.
A bit of a
Brings up third down.
pickup, but not anywhere near what we'll need for a first down. It's going to bring up third down and about 11. So a gain of about 6 yards on the play. Gives the Cedars a little bit of breathing room, but they still got a long way to go for a first down here at a critical point in the game and at a critical spot on the football field. 5:50 remains here in the ball game. Rooftop. 3 receivers down here to the right. Isaiah rolls to his right, cuts back to his left. Now he's got some room to run. He's up across the 20. He's got the first down, and he runs out of... No, he keeps on going. I thought he stepped out of bounds, but no. And he's out of bounds only at the 35-yard line. A huge play. An absolutely huge play for the Cedars. As Isaiah Rodriguez didn't have anybody to throw to, started rolling to his right, looking that way. Wasn't there, cut back to his left. And as he is capable of doing, but hasn't done much of in this game, he found a lane to run and took off. And it turns into a huge gain for the Cedars. They got it 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Matt Brown
Fumble on the play.
loses the football, and the Spartans have recovered.
Garden spot recovers.
I don't think they ever had the ball.
They will take over 1st and 10
the pop right out.
35-yard line.
And just when the Cedars seem to be getting a little bit of control here, they turn it right over to Garden Spot. And now it's up to the defense with 5:35 left in the game, and the Cedars holding on to a 5-point lead. Coach Matt Zamperini, let's see what he turns up here for his offense. Jesse Martin was back there by himself. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Martin to throw. Across the middle. Intended for Joel Martin, but it falls incomplete right through his arms. It was kind of low. He had a semi-dive for that, and it hits the ground, incomplete, and a 2nd and 10. Cedars had that covered, but Martin had the inside under control, but just couldn't hold on to that low throw. Said we have Joel Martin, prime receiver for the Spartans, and Jesse Martin, the quarterback. No relation. Martin gives it to John Dykey. Dykey is stacked up though.
3rd down.
We'll see who made that play, as he might have gotten a yard. Caden Harbaugh was in there.
Don't put you in.
Number 45, Adam Bowers, also was they made the big hit on that play, holding Dykey to a yard, bringing up 3rd down and 9 for Garden Spot. At this point and at this position of the field, though, I would say they're in 4-down territory.
9 for the Spartans.
Once again, 2 receivers come to the left and 2 to the right for Jesse Martin, who's by himself, but he brings Joel Martin in motion. And the snap. Martin throwing deep. He's got somebody there, but it falls incomplete. That was John Dykey. But he threw it behind Dykey, and he couldn't get turned around, never really had a shot at catching the ball. And most importantly, 4th down and 9. Ball resting on the Cedars 34-yard line. And I don't know that you can say that this is the play of the game, but with 4:45 left, this is a pretty critical one, especially for Garden Spot. Martin with John Dykey with him in the back. He takes the snap and he rolls to his left. He's looking. Now he's going to run. He's got guys closing in, and he's going down.
It's up to about the 30-yard line, not a first down.
Well short of the first down, and the Cedars are going to take over. The Cedar defense stepping up when they really need to. What a play. You got it. That was what you call, it wasn't a sack, but Martin just had no one to go to and tried to take off and run, but they had that contained well. He picked up maybe about 4 yards in the play, 4 or 5, but that was it. And the Cedars take over. Matt Brown takes the handoff and heads to his right, but steps out of bounds. He's bumped out there.
No gain.
By number 55. Aiden McLeod of Garden Spot. Gain on the play of maybe a yard. Was knocked out at the 31. And two bad things happened there. They only gained a yard and he steps out of bounds, which stops the clock. You want to try to, in this situation, you want to try to keep that clock running. Cedars in a tighter formation. Give goes to Alex Roof. Alex goes to the left side. Turns it up. He's got a little room to run. He's close to a first down.
Close to a first down.
And we'll see. They got him right at that spot. He's out of bounds. And I don't know if they got a first down or not. They got a first down.
They did get a first down.
I think I'm pretty sure they had him out of bounds over there. These guys got to stay in bounds. Clock would have stopped for the chains to move, but they would have wound it here when they set once they set things. Once the chains were set, but in this case he was out of bounds, so the clock will not run. Rodriguez takes the snap. He's in trouble.
Rodriguez in trouble.
He breaks free. He goes to his left. He's up the left sideline right in front of the Garden Spot bench, and he's knocked out of bounds, but not until he's got another Cedar first down. This is the kind of drive the Cedars were looking for, but you got to keep the ball in bounds. I mean, this would be great if we were trailing and we're trying to conserve the clock. But the Cedars have only used, maybe 30 seconds in about 5 plays. Three receivers go to the right. Isaiah gives it back to Matt Brown coming left. Matt turns it up. He's got room, but there's a marker down. He crosses over another first down and across the 30-yard line. But there's a penalty marker down, and I'm afraid that this is coming back. Holding on the Cedars.
Lebanon.
And this is going to do some damage because that flag's down at midfield. Cedars line, the original line of scrimmage was the 46. So this is effectively going to feel like a 14-yard penalty.
Puts Lebanon back to the 40-yard line.
So the Cedars are going to be faced now with a 1st and 24. They lose a great play. And
that is a big penalty, isn't it? Holding is just
and lose 14 yards in the process.
So we have first down and a lot.
On a hold, it's marked from the spot. One good thing.
About 24 yards,
It was
roughly.
brought down in bounds, so the clock will run here. Rodriguez, 2 receivers, top and bottom. Once again, Matt Brown up the middle, off the left side. Looks like he got about 4 yards on the play.
Second down.
Let's call it 3. And the Cedars facing a second down and about 20. Rodriguez again, same alignment. 2 top, 2 bottom. He fires it out here to Alex for the right side. Alex got one guy to beat it. He beats it. Alex up the sideline. He's got room to go. There's nobody going to get him. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Cedars! Oh, brother. If they're not making a big play, they're not doing anything here tonight.
60-yard play.
This is crazy. Wow. Alex Roof. I can't even tell you how far that was. Somewhere in the area of 55 or 60 yards. But again, it was a long way. Folks, if you're just catching this, the Cedars have scored 5 touchdowns tonight, and the shortest one was 47 yards. That was as close as we came to a drive all night, putting together about 5 or 6 plays. But again, just like the other ones, it ends with a big one, and that's okay. I'll take that. That's Matt Carvajal toes it up and is ready to try to make this 35 for the Cedars.
Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie.
It's up. And it is good. And with 3:21 left here in the 4th quarter, it is Lebanon High School 35, Garden Spot 23. Hang on. It's not over yet, folks. I'll update you on some scores here from the Lancaster Lebanon League. Let's see what we got. Cedar Crest has put a touchdown on the board against Henfield. Wilson McCaskey's a final now at 41-7. Warwick 50-2 over E-Town in the fourth quarter. Manheim Central was scored to make it 35-28. In Section 3, Lancaster Catholic 24, Effort 24, Lancaster Catholic 7. That's a final. Gave you the
Good reminder, Lebanon is away next week at Lancaster Catholic. Our next home game is the 23rd against Donegal, and
in
that is
Section
also
4,
our senior night.
Columbia Downs, Northern Lebanon is having a rough season again, 47-13. And in the big game in Section 4, Elko 22, Octorara 19. That's a final. So in the battle of the unbeatens, Elko stays unbeaten and is at the top by itself in Section 4. Here, the Cedars trying to hang on. That touchdown making a big difference. 3:21 left, 12-point lead. We'll see what the defense can do this time around. Last couple times they have basically stood tall and put the Cedars in a position here to win this ball game. Carville Hall to kick. And it's going to be fielded around the 20 by Cameron Wing. Wing to the 30, stay to the right, trying to find a hole, can't find one.
Wing on the return,
and is brought down in there. Adam
up to the
Bowers, I see,
30-yard
getting
line
up.
where it'll be 1st and 10.
And some of them getting up a little slowly, but also number Michael Johnson, number 14, was also in on that tackle. Nice job by Michael. And as well as number 26, Xavier Figueroa on the tackle. In the end, where are we here? The 32-yard line, and that's where Garden Spot will start.
Timeout on the field.
68 yards between them and trying to cut this Cedar lead. If you are just joining us, the Cedars tonight, first half, 3 big plays, 3 touchdowns, and a 21-9 lead after falling behind 9-0. And that's what it's been, just these big plays. Alex Roof basically has 4 of these big plays. He's going for 62 yards. He's going for 60 yards. He's going for 47 yards. And I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 yards in this last one. I wasn't sure where it started. A huge night for Alex. And then you had Matt Brown with an 80-yard run for a touchdown. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you end up with more points than the other team. Well, it's a little more nerve-wracking when you keep letting them back in the game and not able to sustain a drive to eat up some clock. Even that last drive, which probably had 6-7 plays, only took maybe a minute and a half at the most off the clock. Okay, Martin ready to go. Fires a pass out to the right side, over the head.
Martin's passing, complete,
receiver.
2nd down and 10.
And that brings up a 2nd down and 10. That was intended for number 8, Lane King. As Garden Spot now facing a tall task here. They're going to have to score, get the ball back, and score again. And those scores will have to be touchdowns. The snap, Martin looking to his right, fires again for Lane King, and once again overthrows him. On the coverage out there was the Cedars number
Pass
17.
intended for Lane King, again incomplete, 3rd down.
So here's Stoner. Stoner seeing a lot of action tonight, as is Eric Ortolaza. Rafael Quinones back there. Alex Roof also, and Caden Harbaugh. That's the main part of the defensive backfield for the Cedars. Snap. Straight up the middle.
Dikey up the middle.
Trying to catch the Cedars off guard. That went to John Dikey, who's had a good night. Scored 2 touchdowns thus far in this second half for the Spartans, but this time he is wrapped up for no gain. And he's going to leave the Spartans with a 4th down and about 10. Cedars looking to move to 3-1. Garden Spot trying to put together its first winning streak in 4 years. left pass. Joel Martin makes the catch, and he is drilled and dropped by number 33, Skylar Sadison, but he makes a catch, but it's not enough for a first down, and the Cedars will take over on the Garden Spot, 40-yard line.
Take over, 1st and 10, 40-yard line.
A hard hit by Skylar Sadison on Joel Martin. And the Cedars take the ball, 2:24 left in the game, and a 12-point lead. I'm going to be willing to bet that the air raid offense is going to go on the back burner here for the next 2 minutes. Garden Spot with only one timeout left, and I think the Cedars might be have a steady diet here of rushes and keep the ball close to the vest. Rodriguez takes a snap with a toss out to Matt Brown. Matt Brown's wrapped up and just go down. Matt trying to break tackles, spinning around, and finally does go down. Loss on the play of a bunch, about 7 yards. But more importantly, the clock continues to tick. Coming down on 2 minutes now left in the game, and the Cedars with a 12-point lead. Cedars still spreading out their offense. Harbaugh and Roof come out here to the right. Skylar Sadison, I believe, at the top of the screen. At the top, no, he's in there. He's in a tighter spot here, more of an X-back spot. Once again, pitching left now to Brown. Brown trying to turn the corner again. Don't go out of bounds. And he doesn't.
He remained in bounds apparently. 3rd down.
And that keeps the clock running after a gain of little, if anything, but timeout is called by the Spartans. That's their final timeout, according to what we have. Well, maybe we'll see this. Maybe it wasn't a timeout for that reason. There's a Cedar down, and I think that might be Matt Brown. That's not a good thing. Let's hope that this is just a minor situation, and he is up. And seems to have been walking away in his own power, maybe a little bit of a cramp or something. But he seems to be kind of flexing those legs, trying to stretch them out. He's going to have to take a play off. And I don't know what's happening here. If it's if that timeout was for injury, because the Cedars they have water on the field. Not that they don't know, but coaches are on the field as well. So I don't know what's going on here. If this is an official timeout, the official's timeout, or a Garden Spot timeout. Well, they still have a one on the board, and they're winding the clock. That was an official's timeout for the injury. So Garden Spot still has that timeout left with 1:20 and running on the clock. And the handoff straight up the middle. And this time it was to Rafael Quinones. And he is brought down for a loss. And the Cedars are going to be looking at a 4th down and about 20 yards to go. So Matt Carvajal will come on to do the punting. If you remember, the last time he attempted to punt, his kick was blocked. So the Cedars definitely don't want that to happen again. They want to tighten that up and help him to at least let him get this away. Joel Martin goes deep for Garden Spot. Carvajal will be standing on about his 35. Ball is at midfield. And he gets it away this time. A little bit of pressure, but he gets away a good one. And it hits around the inside the 15. Martin picks it up on the hop, stumbles, falls ahead, and lands around the 17-yard line. And with under a minute now, 59 seconds left in the game, Garden Spot will take the football. And the Cedars' main job here would be to contain the situation. No big play.
11-yard line.
And preferably try to keep the Spartans in bounds. They have no timeouts remaining. Jesse Martin, the quarterback, sends 4 receivers, 2 to each side. And he's in the shotgun, as always, to fire. And batted down. That looked like number 75, Jaden Ditzler, that might have gotten his hand on that. And batted down Martin's pass. If it was Ditzler or Gonzalez, both of them were in there. Either way, incomplete pass, second down and 10 for Garden Spot. So Garden Spot ready to go once again. Now Dykey, was in the slot last play, he's now standing right behind Jesse Martin, and Martin's going to throw. But he's brought down.
For a loss,
Jaden Ditzler this time. Martin looking to throw, started to his right. Jaden Ditzler pounced on him, and down he goes for a loss in the play of about 5 yards, and will lead the Spartans with 3rd and 15 and a running clock. We'd like to thank those responsible for tonight's screencast. We hope a lot of this came through to you. We know we were having some technical issues. But we want to thank Superintendent Arthur Abram of the Lebanon School District. And as Martin prepares the throw, firing downfield, Joel Martin makes the catch. At around the 35-yard line, enough for a first down.
For the Spartans, but
And it will
there's
stop
only
the clock
13 seconds
temporarily.
left in the game.
Also Sam Elias, and our athletic director, and the athletic department as a whole. The tech department, Mr. Sean Kennedy. And the maintenance department of Mr. Brian Hartman. These are the guys that make things tick here. We get to enjoy things, and they're the ones that do all the hard work that goes into it.
And this
Martin
will be the
looking
final
to
play of the
pass,
game.
and has nowhere to
Or
go.
not.
And takes off and
1
runs out of
second
bounds with
left.
just over a second left in the ball game. Also, we especially want to thank Zach Musser for all the hard work he does, and tonight especially trying to get a signal going here, which that seems to have been our problem, getting a solid Wi-Fi signal as things as the feed seemed to have go up and down, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But we tried to do the best we could for you. In the end, a good football game. What'll be the last play of the game? Martin to throw. Under pressure, and he's brought down again, and again, it's Jaden Ditzler. And that's going to end the ball game. Final score, the Cedars 35, the Spartans 23. In a heck of a game for the Cedars tonight, a game that, could have gone either way. And the Cedars up their record to 3-1 and a solid hold on second place in Section 3 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. As we had mentioned earlier, Garden Spot will travel to league-leading LS, Lampeter-Strasburg, next week. The Cedars will be traveling to Lancaster Catholic to take on the Crusaders. The Crusaders having a bit of a rough season, and let's hope the Cedars don't go down there and give them something to celebrate. We'll be back on the air in 2 weeks when the Cedars host Donegal here for Senior Parents Night. That's October 23rd. Again, airtime around 6:50. We hope you enjoyed what we could bring to you tonight. Thanks for being with us. Once again, the final score, Lebanon High School 35 and Garden Spot 23. Have a great weekend.